Hello and welcome to Patched. I'm your host Paul James, and today I'm joined by Matto Phillips. How are you, Matt?
Super.
Super.
Great.
That's very
Just
specific.
great.
Really excited to talk about Xbox and
Yes,
all of their games.
for once in this whole lifetime, never thought I'd be excited to talk about
Xbox exclusives.
Xbox exclusives because surprisingly they actually have some
Yeah, I
this
mean
year.
the time that we record this, and we even alluded to it last week when we were talking about PlayStation. The timing is weird because they have a showcase. As of when this goes up, it's like almost 2 days to the dot. It's like 2 days and like an hour or something like that. It's about 8 a.m. on Thursday, I think, for us Aussies. They have a showcase where they're showing off Redfall, they're showing off Forza, they're showing off Minecraft Legends and Elder Scrolls Online. And they're kind of being weird and cagey, and like it seems like there might be more, but they're not alluding to what more could be. I don't know.
Well, they could just also have nothing either. It,
Well,
it would
they could
surprise
have
it would
nothing.
it would surprise me if they did. It's like yeah, that's it. Like
I'll just put all my eggs in there. Hey, we're also going to just drop the Hollow Knight Silk Song and it release date on you. Here you go.
hey,
I can
here's a
hope.
remake of a game that no one cared about. Grabbed by the Ghoulies, HD,
Scalebound's back.
Fable Legends.
Oh. Anyway, so we'll get into it. We've kind of had this. Oh, actually, there's one thing that that we added into both topics, both PlayStation and Xbox, that we didn't actually end up doing with PlayStation last week. So we'll quickly
Oh yes.
get it out of the way, and then we'll do the same with Xbox later on. Acquisitions is kind of a component of the whole thing, and I think it's more relevant for PlayStation than it probably is for Xbox because I think their hands are kind of tied. Maybe we'll just deal with both companies at the beginning here, actually. Do you see anyone do you see PlayStation grabbing anyone over the course of the year, big or small?
I don't know.
So,
What have they
sorry, we're
got left?
talking PlayStation, but you've got your green background. I've
I
screwed
can
you over.
change that, but I'm not going to fix that. If anything, for PlayStation, I don't know if it will happen or won't. I hope it doesn't. To me, it would be Square Enix
Yeah, it
because
feels
that's
like they're gearing up for a sale on the Square Enix side.
that. But it also makes sense too because Square Enix has made a lot of games for PlayStation over the years. So you put two and two together, it makes sense. It's not like a Xbox thing where they just purchase a developer just
Bethesda done.
just cause. It's like, you know what? We don't have any games. Let's just buy a company that makes games.
Yeah, and then like Bethesda, they went and Bethesda being the example, they went and sacked a whole bunch of them this week. I don't know if you saw that news.
Oh yeah, it was like Microsoft,
Microsoft cut
Google,
a whole bunch, but yeah,
Amazon.
within Microsoft, there was obviously a whole bunch of Microsoft divisions, but within the gaming side, conveniently enough, 343 Industries, so Halo developers, and Bethesda Game Studios, as in Starfield developers, got axed. So, I guess good luck to all those people. But yeah, it looks like Xbox is flying with all those purchases.
Yeah,
But
I
on the
mean, you got 76 billion reasons to be excited, or not yet. We don't know.
no, see, it was better though. It was 69 billion. That was the
69.
nice.
Nice.
So yeah, for me on PlayStation, I could see Square Enix happening. I feel like they're gearing up for a sale. I think Ubisoft is gearing up for a sale as well. They've been a bit more public about the
Ooh.
fact that they're shopping themselves around a little bit. But
So that's why they delayed Skull and Bones for.
oh yeah, we don't want to make the the
Don't
game
want
look
that.
shit.
Don't want that price on the market just to drop Ubisoft so you can just pay him a bag of chips and go
Just
right. We own
throw
you
them a
now.
bell. Here you go, guys. Don't spend it all at once. Dollar and off you go. So I could see him grabbing both of those, but I also, and I guess it links into Xbox, I don't see PlayStation going for anyone of that huge sort of scale. I don't think they can at the moment because they're trying to contest this whole Activision thing. And so if they then go and pick up a Square Enix or a Ubisoft or someone like that, Xbox can just go, well, like these guys are kicking up a stink, but look what they just did. So I think PlayStation kind of has to sit on it. And then if Activision goes through, which I still think is more likely than not, even though things are looking a bit wobbly, it feels like maybe a 60-40 in terms of yes. If that goes through, then PlayStation can kind of turn around and go and grab more or less whoever they want because Activision is as expensive as it's going to get. And so you can just say, well, they bought Activision, so we can get Square Enix, we can get Ubisoft, we can do what we want because nothing's going to match that. So I
Yeah,
think
he's
if
like,
they do anything
oh,
over the
what'd you
course of the year,
do?
they'll just do smaller ones. Just pick off a developer here or there.
It's like, hey, we brought 10 companies and it cost us 10 billion. You brought one and it cost you
69.
69 for one, for in PlayStation's minds, one for one franchise.
Yeah.
They don't care about World of Warcraft. They don't care about Diablo. Tony Hawk. We can put Tony Hawk in there. I don't know.
Oh, look,
That's,
they'd
all
love
they
to have
care
Tony
about
Hawk. They'd
is
love to
COD.
have Diablo, but yeah, COD is the whole sticking point. They don't care about Overwatch. They don't care about
Oh yeah, I forgot about
Spyro.
Overwatch.
Hell, they don't even care about Crash, and that says a lot because Crash is obviously their boy.
Crash was a staple back in the day for
Naughty Dog made him, but
Naughty
yeah,
Dog as well. They
it's
have something against Crash Team Racers as well.
well, Crash Team Racing shit. Um, so yeah, I think they'll be just sitting there when it comes to the big publishers and be like, okay, well, we can't really do anything, but as soon as like if Xbox gets Activision, then we can just go for broke. But in the
They
meantime,
just
they might just pick off little small developers here and there. Like, okay, this is a team that is going to be great. They're working on something with us already, so we'll grab them, bring them in, all that sort of stuff.
they just got people at the phones at Sony waiting when that acquisition goes through. They're like, right, call them, and they'll just ring up about 10 developers and go, we'll buy you.
Here's the check, done.
Ubisoft will buy everything but Skull and Bones. You can leave that
Yeah.
at the door.
Sell the license to I don't know, Embracer Group or something like that.
Or
They'll take
THQ
it.
there.
Yeah. Well, THQ's owned by the Embracer Group, so
Oh, there you go.
yeah, they're the ones that just grab everything these days. But on the Xbox side, I think kind of half answered with I guess my thoughts there is like I don't think they can do anything this year, big or small, because of the Activision thing. They can't do anything because it just makes their case look worse. So,
But also
on the
doesn't
Activision
help
side.
either be that they did sack 10,000
Well, that too.
staff members. It does look better too. They go, oh hey, we'll just purchase this company for a couple of billion. You go, you just sacked 10,000 people just to buy a developer,
Bring in a couple thousand again.
which could possibly mean they don't do, I hate to say it, nothing that we know of. They could just, rare it
Oh,
as they have.
that's a game that I can think of for our conversation now. But so moving on to I guess the core of the episode, and we'll start with the first parties because that's actually something we can talk about a little bit with Xbox this year, and it's a nice change. What are you kind of keen on from Xbox this year?
I mean, it is very different compared to last year because last year we didn't talk about anything first party,
And
nothing. Was Psychonauts 2?
No, that was 2020, and even then, that still came to PlayStation.
That was
and
2020.
that was 2020.
Oh, what happened? What happened between those 3 years?
Pentiment and Grounded. Grounded was the other one. But
Oh,
obviously
Grounded,
that had
yeah.
been in early access for years, so it was really just like, here's the 1.0, done.
I
So
kind of forgot
Pentiment
Grounded
and
existed.
Grounded, that's it. Apparently, it's really, really good. I really want to give it a go, but I just haven't got a chance at the moment.
Yeah, same. I think, well, let's just be honest, it's probably the year of Bethesda. Well, two. It was 2 games. Don't know of. I can't remember what other ones there were.
They've got slated for this year, you mean?
I mean Stalker 2. I forgot about Stalker 2. I keep
Well,
forgetting about Stalker 2. If Stalker 2 comes out this year, there is a massive question mark on.
Yeah, and that's
Stalker
obviously we all feel horrible for them because their circumstances are kind of shit. Like it's not their fault. They're literally having staff die because of the war. So, again, sending all thoughts out to them as well. But yeah, so what? Stalker's something you're keen on, Starfield, and I assume the other one is
Not so much Starfield, because I look at Starfield and go, yeah, it's just Fallout in space. And I wasn't overly that excited for Fallout games. And I've already played the Outer Worlds, and that was a Fallout space game. So I've played enough Fallout space games for one time. But Redfall, on the other hand, when they showed the... When was this? I can't remember when they showed the trailer for that. It might have been when
the
their
E3,
whole
the
E3
Xbox
thing.
Bethesda
Yeah.
thing.
Because I remember they showed it years ago. I thought, I don't care about this game. Then they showed a gameplay trailer. Shocking, I know, with Microsoft and gameplay. And I thought, I'm half interested in this game. Please show me more. And surprisingly, they did. They went to some detail of like, hey, here's the world and this and that and vampires. I was like, good thing I have Games Pass.
Yeah,
Day one, something that Sony doesn't do because I don't know.
they can
just
make
don't.
more money. Yeah, they can make more money.
People
that
get
way.
sucked in and just go, hey, buy our first party game. and then we'll put it on there 2 years later, and you'll feel like an idiot and go, "Oh, I should have waited." But people are impatient, so that's not gonna happen.
Yeah, no, I think it's really smart thinking by PlayStation. But yeah, um, yeah, I'm pretty keen on Redfall as well. I didn't think I was. I think it's one of those ones that, like, they're just every time it pops up, they're saying the right things. That it sounds like, okay, this is the sort of multiplayer experience that I actually want to have. So maybe we'll have to co-op a little bit when the game comes out, because
Oh, this could
I'm pretty keen
imagine
on it.
we played Gotham Dice for 1 hour. That was fun. Just imagine if we did Redfall for
And it was
one
actually a
hour.
good game. Yeah.
As a good game, we'd have the time of our lives if that was the case.
Oh, get around it. It'd be pretty sweet. Um, Starfield, I am into, because I think, like, you kind of say it's a lot like Fallout. I think for me, there's so much about Fallout that is right, but I just don't like I'm not really big on the
Oh,
post-apocalyptic sort of
post-apocalyptic. Ah, I
settings and those
see.
sorts of things. Um, because yeah, I'm big on fantasy. I like, kind of your proper space-bound sci-fi sort of thing, but it's that third pillar, which is the post-apocalyptic stuff. Holy shit, I'm having a bad night. That I'm not really into. So this should kind of scratch that Mass Effect style itch, really. I think for the most part.
Right.
Um, Obviously, what is it? 1,000 planets? That's a lot.
Yeah, I think that's the other reason too I don't want to play it, because otherwise I'm never going to play another game again if all I want to do is explore all those planets.
I still don't
And
know where they
I'd
where they
be
drop it.
stupid enough to do it too. I'll just look and go, yeah, I'll go here, I'll go there.
Just night by night, try and pick off a few planets. But then
It's
you'll
like,
get
I'll
there and
just
you're
go
like,
for
oh,
this.
but there's 5 or 6 different things I can do here, and so you do all those, and all of a sudden 4 hours is gone. It's like a
Then you
planet a
get
night for
to
1,000 nights.
then you do 999 planets and can't find the last one, and then you're
Oh,
roaming through all of them, scratching your head, trying to figure out where the hell's this final planet, and all of a sudden it's just under your nose the whole time.
yeah, it was there the whole time.
It's there whole time.
Um, yeah, I'm keen on it, but yeah, I'll have to show some restraint. But I'm kind of okay with that. I don't totally lose my mind with every big open world. It's really only certain open worlds that have gotten me like that. And I don't think, one that's just got hundreds and hundreds of hours of gameplay. That's usually the scare tactic for me. So I won't fall for it like that. But everything else about it's ticking all the right boxes. The campaign will probably be like 30 hours long, and then a bit like Skyrim where you could finish it in 15, but there was hundreds of hours around it. I don't know. I can get around that. But yeah, beyond that, they've got. I mean, are there any other games? So obviously, you mentioned what should we call it? Stalker, which is obviously third party, but Redfall and Starfield are the two first party ones you're talking about. Is there anything else that you've got half an eye on?
Oh, maybe Forza Motorsports.
Yeah,
See what the developers uh, tell me in detail what their look of their cars are going to be, or what that blade of grass, how they got that
oh,
texture, how they got that texture of blade of grass. To be honest, I'll be dumb enough to listen to it when they'll do it. Forza Horizon, was it 5?
yeah.
When they're talking about cactuses, I was all in on the cactus talk. I was like, we went to the desert, we took pictures of hundreds of cactuses. I thought, wow.
And they
I was
got
like,
away with that, and so that's where. So then you get the next showcase. You're like, look at these trebuchets in Age of Empires, and people lost their shit over in a bad way over the trebuchets. It's people like you with the cactuses that were the problem.
hey, well, they really sold me on the cactus. They should have just got Playground Studios just to talk about Age of Empires or the people.
Yeah, they would have done it better. Yeah, that's right.
They would have done it better. They just would have gone to the detail again of how they just got
Just look
people
at
to
Big
go
Bertha
out.
here. We just put in this cheat code, and look, there's my sports car. Look at how shiny my sports car is.
Just look at the priest. Just look at the
Yeah.
motion when he goes. "Hoi, hoi, 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 hoi." Where's Damo when we need him?
Shit. So I guess beyond that, I might just rattle off a list of different games that are kind of at least supposedly in the works somewhere. Fable was obviously not going to come out in 2023. Perfect Dark probably not 2023 either.
Probably
I think
never at this rate.
Perfect Dark.
Yeah.
No.
I
So
keep-
did you
Oh,
see the
wait.
news about Avengers the other day?
Yeah, that's gone.
Yeah, so
Or shutting
keep
down.
in mind, Crystal Dynamics are obviously helping with that game. So with Perfect Dark, so they're moving more people across now to work on Perfect Dark and Tomb Raider. So
Oh yes.
obviously, Perfect Dark they're doing with Xbox. Tomb Raider's their own thing. But yeah, so I think like that's going to keep buzzing along. But maybe yeah, I don't think that's going to be this year. Outer Worlds 2 or Avowed, I could see either of those from Obsidian popping up. Obsidian is Xbox's Insomniac games, really. So they just
Just
keep churning high
it's,
quality
it's
stuff out.
harsh, but I'll be harsh on it. Like Insomniac games, but not as good.
Only just.
Only just.
Yeah,
I
only
mean, if
just.
they had their own Spider-Man game or some superhero game, then they might be on the same level.
Yeah, and I reckon now that they've got all the finances from Xbox, or from Microsoft, they got all that money. The bug stuff, which is usually the thing that's the issue for Obsidian games, it's probably going to be less of an issue. So I don't know, but I think one of those two will come out. Outer Worlds is probably the one that's furthest out. Avowed, I feel like they want to get out sooner rather than later. But I don't know, big RPG in a year where they've already got Starfield. Maybe they have to know when Starfield's coming and then plan for Avowed after that. Minecraft Legends is obviously going to be shown this week. State of Decay 3 is in development, but I don't think we see much about that this year. The Coalition are working on things. Apparently, there was rumblings of a Star Wars game, but they're obviously going to work on Gears 6
How
along the
many
way.
Star Wars games are in development?
I don't know,
There's Ubisoft.
7 or 8.
Well,
Probably.
there was what was the ones?
KOTOR,
David Cage.
Eclipse.
The
Yeah,
David
Eclipse
Cage
is the
one.
one with David Cage, yeah. Ubisoft's working on one, so that's 3. We've
There's
obviously
Knights
got
of the Old Republic
Respawn.
2.
Respawn's got 3 themselves, I think, because they've got I think it's like a tactics game, a first-person shooter, and then
Jedi.
obviously Jedi. And I'm sure there's more that I'm not thinking of. So yeah, there's probably at least 7 or 8 that are public.
Knights of the Old Republic 2? Or no, 1, the first one.
Yeah,
the PlayStation
KOTOR, the
1.
remake, is obviously bubbling along somewhere. Yeah, it's all there's a lot of Star Wars. There was rumblings about that. I don't know if there's any truth to it, but obviously they'll be working on Gears as well, and apparently they're helping out with State of Decay as well. So I don't know. Everwild from Rare. You mentioned Rare before, and that kind of prompted me. Oh shit, that's right. They're working on a game, but that seems to be in development hell. So they'll just keep focusing on Sea of Thieves for a year. And then the one that I think that we've both missed, that I think actually probably will come out this year, Ninja, what's their name? Ninja Theory will have
Hellblade.
2.
Oh,
I think
yeah,
Hellblade 2 will finally come out
completely
this
forgot
year.
about
So I think that's a real candidate for 2023. I think that. I mean, the trick with it is like they announced it so long ago, but they are like a small indie
Just-
sort of like large
yeah.
indie team. So
I just remember they just buried a big baby alive. That's all I
yeah,
remember.
yeah, and it looked awesome. But
It looked great. And then just saw nothing ever since. I just thought, I'd never even played the first Hellblade at that stage. I was like, what the hell is this? It's a giant baby on fire. Then I played Hellblade. I thought, oh, I'm excited for the second one. And then I was trying to figure out where the hell's it coming out.
yeah,
That trailer was so long ago. That was probably like 2017. If you said, I don't know, what was the other game? It was Psychonauts 2 came out in 2020.
It was when they announced the Xbox Series X, so it would have been 2019. The Game Awards 2019. So
That wasn't part of their world premieres, was it? No,
yeah, it was one of the Game Awards world premieres, absolutely,
wasn't.
along with the Xbox Series X, which then came out less than a year later. But yeah, that's kind of it when it comes to the first party stuff. Now I say that's way more than what we know about PlayStation at the moment, but we know, I think it's pretty clear that they're just getting their ducks in a row. I don't know, like you can see, like I think Xbox will have a step forward this year. Do you see, regardless of whether you like it or not, do you see Starfield being that, Skyrim, Fallout 3 sort of reception, like the 90 plus Metacritic score sort of game, or do you think it's going to be a bit more like Fallout 4?
No, I don't. I think they would have learned their
Mid-80s.
lesson from Fallout 4 and Fallout 76.
It's definitely not going to be a Fallout
favorite
76. I'm not worried
But
about them being a Fallout 76. But yeah,
I
Fallout
think-
4 was obviously like more of the same in a way, and so it was kind of that mid to low 80s if I remember. I'll have to check its Metacritic score, but
Yeah, I don't think so. I think it will be up there in the high 90s. I mean, depending on that other guy who's compared Gotham Knights to Elden Ring. I'll listen to any other critic but that person. But I reckon high
Fallout 4
90s.
has an 84 on PC, an 87 on PS4, and an 88 on Xbox
What,
One.
Fallout 4?
Fallout 4, which is
Really?
yeah, that's, I mean, especially the PlayStation, Xbox ones. 87 is, I mean,
That's high.
setting aside Xbox in the last gen was always trending a little bit higher because there was less reviews. But
Ah,
even
right.
PlayStation is 3 points higher than the PC version. So I don't know. But it was certainly like more of Fallout 3. So I think if they kind of have that, like it's more, obviously it's a new setting, but like if it's just more of what you've been getting from Elder Scrolls or Fallout, but in a space setting, then I think it's going to get docked and might remain in the 80s. If they can bring something original and new to it, I could see it being 90 plus, like low 90s, like 90, maybe 90 on the dot.
90. Ooh, exactly 90.
Yeah, 90, 91. That, like, really low. I think it's harder and harder to get those mid to high 90s. I mean, obviously there's The Last of Us, there's God of War, there's
The Witcher 3
Witcher
twice.
3. Yeah, we'll count that. Elden Ring.
People get upset about that because God of War got beaten by a remade game from 7 years ago. Well, there's probably a good reason for that. Which, but that would be for another time.
And Breath of the Wild, of course. And I think Breath of the Wild is the one, like, regardless of our thoughts on it, Breath of the Wild is probably the one that's going to be the top scoring game of this year. I think that's going to be like your 96.
The new one.
95,
the new one.
96, yeah. Oh, sorry, Tears of the Kingdom, yeah. I think that's going to be, 95. That's probably going to be the best reviewed game of the year.
Of course it is. It's a Zelda game. So they have a really bad Zelda game.
No, it's not a Zelda game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's the non-Zelda game. But
it's a Zelda game, but it's not really a Zelda game.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I could see it being like a low 90s sort of thing. So if they can do that, then that's a really good year for Xbox. I think there was someone that had brought a stat up around the Game Awards time where it came out like Xbox is, since it's become the Game Awards and not the old Spike Video Game Awards from MTV back in the day, since it became Jeff Keighley's own thing, Xbox has never had a game nominated for Game of the Year. You can count Psychonauts 2 if you want, but again, it came to multiple platforms and they kind of just bought it part of the way through development. But they haven't had their own thing started from scratch, has never been nominated for Game of the Year. So,
there you go.
This year might finally change that. And even then, you could probably put the little star next to it a bit like Psychonauts 2 and go, well, yeah, but you bought it like 2/3 of the way into development. So, I don't know. Whatever. Who cares? That's nitpicking, but good luck to them. I hope that this year's the year they nail it on the first party side. And Redfall hopefully does really well, and then hopefully we get Hellblade as well, and it ends up being a pretty decent year. Even Forza Horizon 5 wasn't nominated for Game of the Year, and that was one of the top 2 or 3 reviewed games that year.
Yeah, but it's a sports game and no one likes cars.
Well, it's true.
But I think that's the only reason why. It's like, it's a sports game. No one cares about that.
But if there was a year to do it, because didn't it come out in 2020? Was that a 2020 game? Yeah, it came out with the Xbox Series X.
I thought it was a 2021 game.
Horizon. No, because 2021 they were just pumping out the DLC.
Oh,
wait, no, sorry, that's right, because we're 2023. Yeah, sorry, 2021 was the year. I mean, what were the big games of 2021?
I got no idea. I'm trying to think of the.
COVID's messed everything up. Oh, Ratchet and Clank, Far Cry, Resident Evil Village, Deathloop. Like, I'd argue Forza should have been in the top. Yeah, Forza.
So it should have. Maybe should have been in there.
It probably should have been in there. Yeah, they probably got screwed because it's as you said, it's kind of a racing game, and most people don't care too much about them.
Racing games, because they was like, look at the detail in this car, look at this Lamborghini or whatever, and most people just go, I don't even know what you're talking about. I'm just scared to rely on Robert or a Range Rover. Yeah, because you can get them in Forza. Don't need the fancy cars, you can just get any car.
Anything you want, and make it work. On that third party and indie side, we were kind of talking about it before. It's basically the same as what we had for PlayStation, with the exception of Stalker 2. Oh, and there was that game that they were doing with Avalanche. Avalanche being like the Just Cause sort of team. Xbox Avalanche game. Contraband. Do you remember that one?
No.
That is another one that's in development. I actually don't know where it's at in terms of its development. Co-op Smuggler's Paradise set in a fictional world of 1970s, the Bayou, I think.
The Bayou. The old Bayou.
I think.
It sounds very Bayou-like.
1970s Bayan. I don't know. Oh, it's gonna start playing music. I'm gonna close that. But anyway, like that's another one's in development as well, and that was I think 2020, 2021 when they announced that one. So that's possible that it could come out next year, but I don't know. Like they're stacking the deck to actually start being competitive again, which I think is important, especially when you look at those things and then everything else that's to come. But yeah, I mean, are there any third-party games that you feel like you will be getting on Xbox? Maybe because you expect a Game Pass partnership or something like that. Like, have you
Oh,
Monster Hunter
didn't.
Rise, for example, has just come to Xbox through Game Pass?
Yeah,
Like,
I downloaded that.
you've downloaded that?
Yeah, I haven't played it yet. I just want to see how much better it flows. Not so much how it looks, because
Yeah,
it's
it's not
going to
going to
look
look
better
any
than
better.
this.
Yeah,
It's going to look any better. It's just the frame rate. I never thought I'd say frame rate in my life. Just to see what the
4K
frame rate
and
looks like.
all the frames.
All those extra frames that Nintendo didn't have, and that's really it.
I mean, do you see them grabbing any like if some of those exclusives we mentioned last week, like Dead Space, which is obviously out like in a couple of days, so I think the answer is no in that case. Hogwarts Legacy, Star Wars Jedi Survivor, Resident Evil 4, Suicide Squad, Diablo, or any of some of the others that are likely to come up. Do you see any of them being potential Game Pass games that you could like them that they might partner up and try and grab it, and so then you can like the Xbox becomes the obvious home for you?
If it was Jedi Survivor, I'd say yes, but I don't see Jedi Survivor coming to Games Pass till. I know they have a thing with
Through the,
EA,
yeah,
but it won't be for another year or
yeah,
two, because that's what they do. But
you might
I'll
get
be
the trial,
buying,
but that's about it.
yeah, but I'll be buying it day one anyway, so I don't really need the trial anyway, because I already know I've
You already
played
know you
playing
want it.
Jedi Fallen Order, and if it's anything like Jedi Fallen Order, I'm in. I don't really
Yeah,
care. And he's got a pistol this time, which I'm
it's kind of
don't know,
cool.
which is even better. He's got a lightsaber and a pistol.
Dual wielding, the best sort of dual wielding for a Jedi, which is to say, don't be
So,
full blown Jedi, just do what you want.
say, name another Jedi with a lightsaber and a pistol combo.
Yeah,
Answer: none.
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 Hollow Knight is going to be coming to Xbox Game Pass, so that's a potential option on kind of the indie side there. Like it's not the big AAA stuff, but it's also a game that maybe could actually rival Zelda when it comes to review scores later in the year. So,
Ooh.
I mean,
Ooh.
the first Hollow Knight's sitting on 90, just to be clear. It's like
90.
potentially the best reviewed indie game of all time, I think. So, like that's in that sort of ballpark where it could actually be the highest reviewed game on Xbox next year, even potentially beating Starfield, depending on how things play out. But
Oh, that's gonna look bad if an indie game outdoes a $7 billion purchased company.
yeah,
They're
yeah,
gonna have
it's
to have a
pretty cool.
good look at themselves if they're getting beat by an indie developer.
I mean, Hollow Knight's the shit. But yeah, I follow what you mean. But yeah, like there's nothing I think that really jumps out as being, oh, that game could be on Game Pass. Resident Evil, I don't think will be because they're kind of
No.
a bit tight with PlayStation. Star Wars, no. Hogwarts Legacy has got a partnership with
No.
PlayStation, but also if it was, we'd probably know about it by now. Dead Space, similar deal, too late. Diablo 4 could, but
Could, but if
I mean,
or when
that
or
yeah,
when
that
is
would
the case?
it would require the deal to be done, I think, because otherwise, if you make a deal like that on top of everything else that's going on, I feel like that sets off red flags again on the legality side. So they probably can't do that. But it seems like an obvious game. Certainly, once the deal's done, it probably appears there day one. But until then, Suicide Squad,
Don't think so.
don't think so. I think WB want to make their money. So yeah, of all those big games, and I guess there's more that could come later in the year. But of all those big games, I don't see any of them being Game Pass day one games. So that does make it a little bit harder for Xbox in that sense. But at least they've got some of their own exclusives this year to finally help them compete. So I guess with that, what are your 5 most anticipated games for Xbox in the year? Regardless of, like, I know you could play them, you might play them on PlayStation or PC or, well, no, not PC, but like you could play them on other platforms. But like, what are the games coming to Xbox? The 5 that you're most keen on?
Right, so we'll go with Starfield because I'll put that as 5 because I'm not. Sort of semi excited for it, not completely excited for it.
Yep.
We'll put Forza Motorsport on Horizon. I think it's alright. No, Motorsport. Yes, it's
It's
Motorsport.
Motorsport, yeah, but they're not even. It's not even Motorsport 8. It's just Motorsport. They're kind of, I think, rebooting.
Oh,
I
they're
feel like
rebooting.
they're setting this up to be the game as like a platform style thing. Like we'll just continue to feed this beast forever, rather than put out a new game, which is I think a brilliant way to go. So, good luck to them.
Uh, Stalker 2,
Yep,
if it comes out.
I think it will this time.
No, then we got. I'll put Jedi Survivor in there because I'm excited that. But for an Xbox exclusive, I am excited for Redfall.
Yeah, good choices. For me, it's literally the same top 5 as last week for Play. Oh, well, kind of the same as for PlayStation. Wolf Among Us 2 is 5, Hollow Knight Silk Song is 4, Diablo 4 is 3, Sea of Stars is 2, and Jedi Survivor is 1. It's mostly the same as the PlayStation 1. Wolf Among Us slides in because Spider-Man has to come out. And so that's more or less it. But most of those games I'll probably find myself playing on PlayStation. So it does, like... I'm not trying to be dismissive of Starfield or Redfall because I'm really keen on them, but they're just a little bit further down the list for me than those games and Spider-Man. What about the dream announcement? What's the thing that if they pulled this card would just rock the joint for you?
Gear 6. That's it. Or I can say Perfect Dark, but that's way off. Or just I don't know what you should do. Just show something to Perfect Dark. I don't know what. Just don't show us the storm again. Just show us something else other than that scene with the storm.
I'm grabbing a prop.
Oh, a hammer?
Oh shit! I'm running out of cord.
Oh no. What's he got? He's got. Oh, I can't see. What has he got? Oh, is that one of those amiibo things?
No, not an amiibo though. Actually, I guess I've got an amiibo for it as well.
Banjo? Hey.
It's those Tataku things that were a thing for like a minute, but they're pretty good quality actually. To be fair, but yeah, bring back Banjo and Kazooie. And I feel like Phil's trying to have these moments, but I think
none of that nuts and bolts shit either. Give us a genuine,
the real deal. It's got to be the real
the
deal.
real deal. Give us the. Well, not say not so the Banjo Kazooie, Banjo Tooie style, like a more updated one, but like what Banjo Kazooie, Banjo Tooie was, not what nuts and bolts was like.
I could deal with a remake to start things off. Like I could deal with them just remaking, do the two together and just remake them, just to go. All right, like we're giving these things some love, but we're gonna look after these two first while we work with so and so on. I could very easily see once the Activision deal is done, I could see them turn to Toys for Bob or
Bob.
Yeah, old Bob. I'm like, okay, look, we love Crash Bandicoot. Put it on the back burner for a bit. We need you to give Banjo some love, or Vicarious Visions, who've been working on Spyro, and like with Toys for Bob, hit them up.
Or the long-awaited Conker sequel.
Yeah, or Conker's the other one that could kind of fit in that ballpark, which also conveniently enough.
What have you got a Conker thing?
They did Conker as well. Yeah.
Oh, the old Army Conker.
Yeah, good shit. So yeah, Conker or Banjo, that'd be huge if they brought either of those out. Gears, I'm absolutely with you though. Like I'd be super hyped for Gears, but I can't really think of anything outside of Gears or Banjo in particular. But yeah, I'd be pretty happy for Conker as well. I feel like they're mostly just continuing to have those franchises that we love in development, but they just take forever. So, and then the quality is then debatable when the time finally comes. What is going to happen? I guess going back to our point from the very very beginning with hirings and firings and all that sort of thing. What's going to happen with 343? Because apparently, from where the majority of the people who were cut, the majority of where people were cut came from was single player stuff. So, what are you thinking about the future of Halo, given that?
Oh, man. So it's just going to be multiplayer crap then, if that's the case. That's not a good idea. If you got to learn from past games, you don't just you don't do multiplayer only games. Just look at Star Wars and look at Battlefront and look how well that went. And also you could probably put the Avengers game in there too, because...
RIP.
Yeah, because that was a multiplayer thing. You had to be forced to play with other people. That That didn't go well either.
Yeah, the evidence is there, so hopefully they kind of pay attention to that. But yeah, I don't know. Like they have put it, like 343 has put a tweet out
They
and
put
has
it on there.
confirmed
Oh,
that they
hey
are
guys.
still, yeah, we're still the people that will oversee this franchise. But I don't know, like could they even just hire, like bring in another team to work on a spin-off or something, just to not, I mean they could do Halo Wars 3, I guess, but like something that's just a change of pace.
Well, I
That's
was gonna say they could bring Bungie back in, but then yeah, that's a bit awkward.
or just like tap it on the shoulder and be like, hey guys, we need you to
Oh
help.
yes.
We need, like you guys are FPS. I mean, I guess the gameplay's not been the Halo problem though, has it? Like even this time around, I feel like they nailed, or came pretty close to nailing the campaign. Like I think the campaign of Halo Infinite is really really good. Still,
Was the multiplayer?
it was the multiplayers that they even had the right stuff, but they just didn't. They rolled it out really poorly. So all the things that people were waiting for just took forever. Um, but like get it on board because it just gives you like another pool of FPS experts that can help out.
I mean, they had a Quake tournament game that ran for years. Was
Yeah.
it Quake?
Well, Quake
Quake
Champions is still a
Arena
thing.
Champions, yeah.
They
So
obviously they
why
had all
not
their
go to
Quakes
it?
for years, but yeah, they still like Quake Champions is still a thing now on PC. So, and that's what 5 years old, maybe 4 or 5 years old. So they know their shit. Let alone the fact that obviously, yeah, they know their way around single player
I mean,
first person shooters and all that
I
sort of
mean,
thing too.
they've been doing it for nearly 30 years, so I'm pretty sure they might have a fair idea
Bit of an idea.
of how to do it.
Go like I mean Joe Staten, who was the one they brought on to try and save Infinite, and absolutely he came in and saved it from being God. I can't even imagine how bad it would have been had he not shown up. But like he's left. He left at the same time as all the firings. He left and joined Xbox. Like went back. He stayed within the family, but he's gone to Xbox Publishing, so he's overseeing all the different developers over there now. So I don't know. I worry about 343. They need to get some talent on board fast, or get some help from some other teams who are, frankly, just better than they are. In the nicest way
Yeah.
possible, they're not what, and like to compare them to Bungie is unfair, but
Oh,
they
no,
are working on the
yeah.
same franchise, so they've kind of got to. If they're not going to meet the mark that's been set, then you need to look at someone else who can or will or can at least help 343 to get there. So
Yeah, because if you go look at Bungie, you look at their what they make up to. Was it 4 or 3?
no, they did 3 as well as then ODST and Reach.
And
then
everyone
that's
talked about them and how great those games were. And then the few other Halo games after that. What was it? The fourth? No, the fifth one.
They did 4,
People-
5,
people-
and 6, and yeah,
Yeah, 5 people weren't overly too happy about because I think they just
well they
ignored the Master Chief and went with some other person or something
yeah
like
lock yeah lock.
that. And no one liked that.
4 they got the campaign pretty good. I'm not going to say it was necessarily like right to the level, but like it was a pretty damn good campaign. But the multiplayer was shit. Then with 5 it was reversed, where the campaign was pretty shit, but they got the multiplayer. They killed the multiplayer. And then this time around, I think the campaign was really good. The multiplayer was pretty good too, but they just couldn't give people what they wanted fast enough, and so they kind of fucked it. So I don't know. Like it feels like they are even on the right direction, but they need more staff, not less staff, to ensure that they can actually get the job done. And then don't announce the game too early. Just give them years. Like I don't care. Halo can be away for 10 years, and they can work on it for 10 years. But if it means that when it comes out, everything is there when it needs to be there, that's probably the best thing they can do to kind of save the franchise at the moment. Because it's not even having like a Last of Us TV show sort of moment. It didn't even get to have that moment because the Halo TV show kind of sucks as well.
And people got angry when he took his helmet off. It's like, you can't do that. That's just not
Took the helmet off.
Chief.
You saw his ass. Master Cheeks.
What? Master Cheeks?
Yeah.
That's you just don't do that.
Yeah. So,
That's why everyone liked the Mandalorian, because he very rarely took his helmet off. On
but when he did, holy shit.
Yes, because when he took it off, there was a massive impact. It wasn't just cause; there was a reason behind it all.
Yeah, I can't even remember. I've got to finish watching Halo. Actually, I haven't even actually seen the Master Chief section. I just know what happened. So, anyway, better game adaptations out there, like The Last of Us. So people tune into that. I'm watching it all already, and it's amazing. You'll have
How
fun.
many episodes are there?
9.
They all go for like an hour and a bit.
No. The
So
first
just the first one.
first
It was an hour
one,
and 20.
the
Was
first
the
one,
third.
and the third one. So at the moment, I've watched episode 1 through to 4. Thank you to HBO/Warner Brothers for sending screeners over for me to watch. The reviews are gradually dropping week in, week out on the Player 2 website, as I'm allowed to. But yeah, I've watched the first 4 episodes so far. Because it's like, watch the episode, write the review. Watch the episode, write the review. So it takes a little bit of time. But I've got to get them all done before, I think it's like February 5 or 6 or something like that. Because then they're ripping them all offline and just going to put them up one at a time as the episodes air. So the clock's ticking. I'll be pushing to get these things done.
Hey, if they don't put that giraffe in, or the rabbit, and the arrow.
Which again,
That
still sounds a
video
bit
came
too
up
Mickey
the other.
Mouse.
That video came up the other day. It was like,
Awesome.
and
The
I
best.
thought, yes, it's the best. It is quite good.
All right,
It is a classic video.
We'll wrap things up there. What I will do before the episode actually ends, though, is I will just shout out the Player 2 marathon that is running this coming weekend. Saturday 9 a.m. till Sunday 9 a.m. 24 hours back to back of games. I've even just gotten a message. This is here Sunday night, just to be clear. But as of about 3 minutes ago, we've already raised $1,500 for the Terry Campese Foundation, and the stream is still a week away. We're hoping to get up to 5,500, which is what we got last time we did the marathon back in 2019.
What?
Yeah, we raised 5,500.
Oh,
Yeah, well, yeah, because
2019.
the pandemic killed everything.
Oh, no, but I just forgot how long ago it was.
So it's going to be a pretty cool event. I'll be flying up for it to join in all the stuff face to face, which will be good because I haven't been able to do that since I think about 2017. Yeah, that'd probably be about right. Maybe.
Rocky.
Oh no, probably maybe 2018 as well because Noah hadn't been born at that point. I can't remember now. I'd have to go and check it all out. But since having kids, I haven't been because of kids and pandemic. So I'm really excited to get up there for 24 hours on Saturday through Sunday. 24 hours worth of games. There's heaps and heaps of prizes. We've got an Xbox Series X to give away.
With PS4.
With PlayStation.
What's the 20th anniversary one?
No, so we got, I guess, going behind the scenes people. I was chatting to PlayStation about what they could provide us. And they said, you got 2 choices, the 20th anniversary PlayStation 4 or the 500 million sales PS4 Pro.
Oh, 500 million.
So we grabbed the 500 million. We took the 500 million because it's a PS4 Pro as well. So for whoever wins it that doesn't want to just on-sell it and make an obscene amount of money, because I'm sure they're probably still going for a stupid amount.
I think I'm more surprised that they actually, Sony or PlayStation actually had one just sitting around.
Yeah, they had both.
That's the weird thing where you said,
Here,
oh,
take your pick. I'm like, oh, great.
here's the 500 million ones. Like, what, you still have them? It's just not... They've just got a whole warehouse of them just sitting there to know.
Well, that's the thing. I was like,
no
I hope they send over a PS5, and then I read the thing like, oh, PS4s. Oh, that's a bit of a shame. Holy shit, that console's worth more than a PS5. So, PS4, 5. I'm just gonna check now. I don't want to be encouraging people to on-sell it, but
don't say the price. Just give a facial reaction. Yeah, okay, that's a lot. Whoa.
No, I'm happy to declare it. There are people that have got buy it nows for the PS4 $500 million console at $2,350.
Say what? Hey, I'll say that again.
$2,350.
What?
There's another one for $1,750. There is one person, but it's a bidding thing. They're starting it at $900. So it's crazy, these consoles. And so not only will people get the console itself, but there's like packs of games that we've loaded in there as well with all the stuff that's been provided to us by other publishers and stuff. I'll see if I can find all of those. All the details can be found on the Player 2 website, so make sure to check that out. But let me see if I can quickly dig it out. I'm sure we posted it somewhere.
I saw it. That's how I knew about the PS4. I don't know where I saw it though. It was somewhere on the side, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it's definitely on the side. I just don't know where we've got it stashed. There's been so many different things going up this week with all these feature pieces for most anticipated lists. So I don't know where we've buried them, but they're around somewhere anyway. But yeah, there's PC packs, there's Switch packs, there's the PS4 500 million pack with a whole bunch of games, there's an Xbox Series X with a whole bunch of games. We've put together a whole bunch of awesome stuff there, and thank you to all the PR teams and publishers, developers, distributors, all of them that have helped make it possible. Every $5 you donate gets you in the running for everything. Like everyone's going to get something at least, but gets you in the running to win one of those console packs or the PC pack.
Here we go.
Oh, you finally found it.
So major prize 1 is an Xbox Series X, 12 months of Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, a SteelSeries, some headset, I don't know what it's called.
Thank you, Doug.
And games. Oh, good old Doug. And your games, for code, you get Forza Horizon 5 Premium Edition, Destiny the Witch King, Yakuza Like a Dragon, Alien Fireteam Elite. This is a absolute banger of a game, this one. Farming Simulator,
Stranger in Paradise, Deathloop, Demon Slayer.
Found it.
And that's just the code side of things. So then there's Demon Slayer was like one of those anime
I was thinking it was like a Dark Souls type game.
There's physical games: Just Dance 2023, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Watch Dogs Legion, Assassin's Creed Odyssey, Lost Judgment, Olympic Games 2020, Let's Sing 2023 and 2022, Let's Sing ABBA, Saints Row, Devil May Cry.
You too could enjoy the wonderful mission of having sex with their dad and killing their mum.
Yes,
it's a classic mission.
There's merch as well, a 2K merch pack including featuring a range of items from 2K like Tiny Tina's Wonderlands, The Quarry, WWE 2K, and Borderlands 3. And we're throwing in one of the much adored Player 2 travel coffee mugs.
So much.
The PlayStation 1 is, again, very big as well. The $500 million limited edition console, a SteelSeries Arctis 1 wireless headset, and then a whole bunch of physical games, because that's just conveniently what we got sent when it comes to the PlayStation side. And also, because it's a PS4, we can't give away PS5 games with it because they won't work on the console. But Resident Evil 3, Resident Evil 2, Monster Hunter World Iceborne Master Edition, Devil May Cry 5, Assassin's Creed Odyssey, The Survivalists, Jurassic World Evolution 2, Saints Row, Spiritfarer, 2 Point Campus, Watch Dogs Legion Gold Edition, and again, that same 2K merch pack and the coffee mug. There's the PC pack, SteelSeries Prime Gaming mouse, SteelSeries Arctis 3 headset, SteelSeries Apex 3 gaming keyboard, 3 months of Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, Destiny the Witch King, McPixel 3, Return to Monkey Island, Cult of the Lamb, Card Shark, Trek to Yomi. You can see a lot of Devolver games in here. Weird West, Shadow Warrior 3, Serious Sam, Siberian Mayhem, Serious Sam Tormental, 2000 Apex Legends coins, Stranger Paradise, Final Fantasy, Elder Scrolls Online, Ghostwire Tokyo, Total War Warhammer 3, which is a physical copy, the 2K merch pack and the travel mug, and then finally we've got the Switch pack as well, which doesn't include a Switch, but the SteelSeries Arctis 1 headset, which is compatible with a Switch, Sonic Frontiers, Tactica Reborn, Crisis Core, Final Fantasy 7,
Bug Snacks.
Yeah, on the physical side, Bug Snacks, Bratz, Mario Rabbids, Sparks of Hope, as well as the 2K merch pack and a coffee mug, and then there's heaps and heaps of other games. Like we've got north of 100 codes there to kind of hand out to people who donate for random drops during the stream, so make sure to tune into the stream because I'll be actually handling a lot of that myself. So I can be bought if you want to donate some money to the marathon and slip a 20 into my bank account at the same time. I might make sure you get the game you want. No.
Or the console you want.
Oh, no, Matt's not
two and a half $2.5 and the PlayStation's all yours.
Mate, don't worry. If there was... this is, I think, why Matt's made sure they're officially announcing price packs, because if he left me in control of that PS4 limited edition one, I would have stacked the deck, had the donation ready, and said next person donate $100 gets it, donated $100 and claimed the console myself.
You just do like name out of the hat, and all the days is just your name. Paul James,
which works perfectly because I don't trade in the PS4 that I've got for a VR2 later on. So heaps and heaps of stuff. So please make sure to do that. Tune into the marathon Saturday. 9 a.m. till Sunday 9 a.m. Heaps and heaps of games. We'll be publishing the schedule over the course of the week. There's tons of interviews that Matt has done with Terry Campese and a bunch of other key figures around the charity that's been going up on the YouTube channel. There's a few more coming this week. There's a bunch of stuff anyway, so please just make sure to visit the website player2.net.au to check all that out. And now we better bring this show to a close. So if you enjoyed that episode, please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. All the buttons down below. Hit the notification bell. That way you're alerted to every new video the moment it goes live. That includes Patched, Player 2 Plays, Gamer School, and a whole bunch more. Visit the website, player2.net.au. Already done that. Reviews, previews, opinion pieces, news, features, all the details on the marathon. Awesome stuff. Go check it out. We're on Patreon, patreon.com/player2au. Kicking a few bucks. Lower tiers early access. High tiers monthly episode exclusives. And finally, Twitter. Matto.
Matto_Phil.
Paul James Games for myself. The website is player2au. And yeah, make sure to tune into the marathon on Saturday. Heaps and heaps of details on the website. And you're obviously doing some great things for a great cause. We've already got $1,500 up. We're chasing $5,500. So every dollar counts. And you're going to be doing a great thing. And you're going to get games. So
no matter what.
Yeah, you're gonna get something no matter what. As long as you put in $5, you will get something from this thing. Let alone some of the drops that I have during the live stream. So tune in for the live stream and see what I give away. All right, that's us done. Thanks again, Matto. Thanks a lot for watching, everyone. And I don't know, it looks like Xbox is gonna have a pretty good year this year. See ya.